What's happening, guys? Welcome back to my channel if you are coming back, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time ever seeing one of my videos. First off, I want to thank everybody for supporting my channel over the years, watching my videos, leaving comments, and giving me feedback on how I can improve. You've been very influential in how I've developed my channel, and you've given me the confidence and the willingness to want to continue making videos and provide my knowledge and information to the world, which surprisingly you guys actually find pretty useful. So thank you about that. Real quick, before I dive headfirst right into the content of the video, which is going to be the final results of Wealth Magic, I want to leave a quick mention that it would really help me. I'm going to leave a couple links in the comment section of this video to various products that I use and I'm a big fan and believer of, which I also have videos for reviewing them. I'm going to leave those links in the comments, and it would really help my channel. I get a little bit of commission every time someone makes a purchase from one of those links. It would very much help me support my channel and keep me going and keep me wanting to make more videos, guys. But if you don't, that's totally cool. I love creating and I love sharing my information with the world. So let's go ahead and dive head first into Wealth Magic. This is not my first video on Wealth Magic, if you may or may not be aware. I have many videos on Wealth Magic. This just happens to be the final videos for Wealth Magic number 6 and 7, along with, Wealth Magic Rituals number 6 and 7, along with a comprehensive overview on how my second run of Wealth Magic went. The last video I had posted was for working number 5, which was, what is this? Working number 5? Changes in competition. I posted that November 28th, I believe, of last year, 2018. Here we are in November of 2019. Damn, I'm a year late in making this video, but let me just tell you, last year I experienced something pretty damn traumatic that made me rethink my strategy, rethink wanting to make videos for Magic in general, and I've been very, very nervous about posting videos about Magic all year because of this experience. So while I was actually in the middle of the 6th working, which if you don't know already is for Wealth and Honor, while I was in the middle of doing that working, I got falsely accused of creating shit or like starting shit in this magical group. And not only was I falsely accused, but what happened was they actually went after my personal workplace, the place that I work at, and they also went after my mom's business, and they left bad reviews on both businesses. And honestly, that shit was so traumatizing because all I happened to do was mention a comment about something about somebody in the magic arena, and somebody took that to mean that I was really, really, really against them, and they wanted to have their revenge, so to speak, and they had their revenge and fucked up a lot of things in my personal life. Luckily, it didn't really affect me that much because I run the company that I'm working for, and with my mom's business, I was able to kind of work things around to where it didn't really affect her business anymore. But man, you got to be careful with who you're messing with in the Magic community, man. One wrong word and you can have witches conjuring up storms to attack you, and I don't know, like, I'm out of the whole Magic scene for a while, you know, like, I was just not gonna be involved in magical groups. I thought people in the Magic community were kind of nuts, and to be fair, a lot of them are, but a lot of us are regular, normal human beings who happen to like to use occult methods to achieve what we want in this reality. And I happen to be one of those latter people, as well as my friends who I have met in the wealth groups, in the Magic groups. I've actually become really good friends with them, and we had an awesome experience out in New Orleans a couple months ago, back in July, and I posted that video on YouTube of summoning Damon with a group, which was really cool. Anyway, this now 4 minutes into this video, and I haven't even touched a single topic on Wealth Magic, so let's dive right in. I just showed you guys this backwards twice. Wealth Magic. Okay, so working number 6. A year late, here we are. Working number 6 we have for Wealth and Honor. And like I said, honor is supposed to be something where someone gives you praise or like worships you, in a sense that, okay, let me rephrase that, not worship, honor. What is honor? Honor is when someone views you in a particularly good light, and they see you as someone who is honest, hardworking, with good motives and good intentions, and you are an upstanding citizen of society. That's pretty much what honor means. And like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I received the opposite of honor. I received a lot of dishonor, and that was kind of crazy, so it made me really rethink if this magic stuff was even a real thing. But I only had that experience for like rethinking the magic for a little bit. I just continued the rituals like it's laid out in the book, and overall, after that wealth and honor working, I jumped right into the 7th working, which is the working with Clonic or Clonic, depends on how you want to say it. In this book, it actually says Clown Ek, so that's the pronunciation that I used, Clown Ek. In this working with Clonic, they give you a talisman, which I have actually seen this talisman before in book Lucifer and the Hidden Demons. They actually provide this talisman and say that this is the talisman of Lucifer, and Lucifer is in here somewhere, and this happens to be Clonic. And so this is supposedly from the theories that I have seen around the web, but Damon Brand actually denies this, and is not the case, that by calling Clonic in this way, you're actually summoning him with the aid of Lucifer himself, because Clonic is known to have very high loyalties and is very favored by Lucifer himself. So what I did was I actually printed out the piece of paper and stuck it to a little corrugated plastic board, which I have a lot of access to these corrugated plastic boards, but you may not have access to these, so it could be as simple as just having it on a piece of paper. Right? You can have it on a piece of paper and have it with you, or you can just work directly out of the book. If you have the book version, or if you even have just the electronic PDF version, you can do the magical rituals straight from your mobile device. Just be warned, if you have a pirated copy of Wealth Magic, it may not work as well for you as you may anticipate. Because it is a known fact, and the Gallery of Magic has mentioned it a couple times in multiple places, that they have cursed their pirated books. So if you happen to have a book that is pirated, you are basically acquiring a curse. So just be careful. Go ahead and buy the book. Freaking like less than $20. It's so worth it to invest $20 into a lifetime of wealth. And especially if you're really ready to commit 6.5 months of your life to doing wealth magic, $20 is a very small price to pay. And that's not even how much it costs. It costs less than that. Anyway, let's go back into the magic. I've diverted my conversation enough. For wealth and honor, back in Ritual 6, I was in Colorado when I uploaded that video last year on November 28th. I was at the Denver airport, and I was doing my rituals daily at home and anywhere I can happen to get a few minutes to myself. So I would go to the bathroom if I needed to and bust out my phone and do my ritual real quick. And then that 6th working actually was pretty quick. And like I said, I mentioned I had that weird experience on the 6th working, so I wondered if that was even working. So honestly, I don't have much experience with telling you whether the 6th working works or not. All I know is that I had that experience, and I think that the spirits used that experience to help shape me and help me get me out of those magical groups, because they really sucked a lot of my time out of my life. And they happened to suck a lot of my emotional energy as well. Not that they're entirely bad, but it was a distraction for me. It was a distraction, and it took some my valuable time that I could be using to develop my business. And instead, I was spending time on messaging people about like answering people's questions, talking about magic, which is great. I mean, I'm not trying to sit here and tell you that that wasn't good, because I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I love sharing information, and people love to share information with me, and that's just who we are in the magical community. But I feel like that experience that I had took me out of the magical community and allowed me to focus my efforts and time on my finances. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to you that I'm a super millionaire and I got rich, super freaking wealthy by doing this wealth magic for the 2nd time, because that's not the case. What did happen is I did definitely increase in my finances. My finances got a lot better. So that is a fact. I don't want to sit here and say how much, because I don't think that is really relevant in how much money I have actually gained. But I will tell you this. You're not going to become a millionaire overnight. And you're not going to become a millionaire even in a few years. Maybe, unless you have like a really strong ambition already and you've had that ambition to begin with. The magic just helps shape your life and helps you take control of your life by rearranging things that don't serve you as far as wealth building. It removes those blockages, removes those things that don't serve you, and allow you to build a life of wealth for yourself. So the spirits only give you a helping hand in that. They don't actually move mountains for you. You have to move the mountains yourself. The crazy thing is, I am now 7 to 8 it's November. So actually, we're coming up on 10 months since I finished doing Wealth Magic. And in the beginning of the year, January, I was given an opportunity to increase my wealth. And it basically was a set of goals, right? A set of goals that I had to accomplish in order to reach the salary that was promised to me, basically. And I feel like that was a result of the Wealth Magic, partially because the amount that was offered to me was a lot greater than what I was anticipating, but also it kind of fits into the grand scheme of things in my life, where I was given the opportunity to run a company and become literally the guy who runs the entire company, employing 40 people now, and building a life for myself and a good salary in a 5-year time. So basically what was offered to me was a 10-year commitment, and I had to make the 10-year commitment in order to gradually increase my salary every year as long as I meet certain goals. And those goals were laid out for me, and they are challenging to say the least. They're not impossible, but they were really freaking challenging. We had a certain amount of sales that we were accomplishing already and a natural growth that we were experiencing as a business. And what was offered to me was basically to increase that percentage. So if we were going to gradually increase our finances and the revenue by a certain amount, my goal was to make it go even higher, right? I had to make it go even higher, and that was my goal. Once I accomplished that goal, I get a kickback, bonus in salary, as well as increase in salary, as well as multiple other incentives as well. And I have one of those for every single year to follow, where if I meet the goal that was given to me for that year, I get the next level of incentive. And I am pleased to say that I am well on track to meet my goal for this year. And I will achieve that bonus in salary and like bonus cash, which is really cool. And so I've been working at this place, right? I've been working at this place before I even started Wealth Magic, which is very interesting. So how much did Wealth Magic actually play into all this? It's something that I genuinely tossed around in my head, because if I'm already on this path and if this opportunity was already going to be presented to me, whether or not I did Wealth Magic, then how much did the Wealth Magic really help? First of all, I want to mention that this is a 7-month commitment. And considering that this is a 7-month commitment, it takes a lot of guts to be able to commit to something and actually follow through on it for 6 months if it has no tangible results that you can pinpoint to being directly caused by the magic. That's the whole thing about magic. Like, you don't ever know if doing the magic is the exact reason that you got the result that you got. So committing to this for 6 months, that in itself is a requirement for a wealthy lifestyle. If you are promised results for something and you have to work for X amount of time in order to receive the results, that's the natural byproduct, or that's the natural course of working for something and getting the result out of it. That's just how life works. That's just how reality works. You have to invest time, effort, and energy into something for X amount of time in order to receive the results. Anything that provides results for you in very quick time periods usually don't last, and I've noticed that to be true. If something comes really easily in my life, it usually goes just as easily. So true wealth comes from within. It's like, and I don't want to sound like these spiritual guru people, but the wealth is actually here. Financial wealth starts inside the mind, starting with mindset, and it goes all the way into how I conduct my life on a day-to-day basis, how I make decisions on a day-to-day basis, really affect how ready I am to receive wealth and how wealthy I am. In fact, I've known people who brag about how much money they have and how successful they are, but those people, in my opinion, are not successful. The people who brag about success are not successful because they are trying to showboat and are trying to have something that they are trying to get the attention on them. And I could be completely wrong here. That's just my personal opinion, and you are welcome to disagree with me. Leave the comment, disagree in the comment below. But that's my personal opinion. And I do believe that the people that I've noticed that are very successful and are truly successful are pretty much humble. That's a very positive trait of successful people, because once you start thinking that you are the expert, or once you start thinking that you know everything, that's the moment you stop learning. And when you stop learning, you cap your ability to grow. And I don't want to cap my ability to grow. I want to constantly grow until I die. Like, that's just how I want to live my life, you know? I want to continue to grow and build and create something in this world that other people can find value. And that's the only thing that, like, okay, think about it this way. When I die, my physical body is gone. But I can leave behind a legacy for generations and generations and eons to come. By making this video, YouTube is not going to go anywhere, you know? It'll be up, these videos will be up long after I die. And hopefully someone in the future will look at these videos and be like, oh, okay, that dude from the 2010s decade really provided good value. But, or maybe YouTube will be so obsolete and people will be able to have eye implants of videos and just like stream videos directly to their eye, and somebody else will have made videos through that device and this will be obsolete, but who knows? Point is, I could create something for future generations and leave that legacy behind. But once I die, my physical body is gone. And that's kind of how, to me, wealth is. Wealth is building a lifestyle, building a foundation that not only involves financial success and having money in your bank account. To me, it's like the process that it takes to get to that. Yes, I'm not gonna lie, I want a big fat bank account. That does excite me, but it's not for any significant reason other than I want my wife, when I have a wife, and I want my kids, when I have kids, to never have to ever know the meaning of the word need. I don't want anybody in my circle to really know the word need, because I've seen poverty, man, and I've experienced crappy things in my life, and I want to work towards something, towards a life where the people that I bring in very close in my circle don't have to experience that. And that kind of shapes why I did Wealth Magic. Wealth Magic helped me not only achieve financial results, and like I said, I'm not exactly where I need to be, but it's got me going in the path that I want to go. Not only has it given me financial, tangible results, but it has given me a mindset, and it has helped me shape my way of thinking and my way of being into somebody who is really on the path to wealth. It's really difficult to kind of explain in words, but I'll try. The mindset of wealth happens in the day-to-day life. If I decide to go to the store and buy some food, I can buy the most expensive food or I can buy the cheapest food. But how does that have anything to do with wealth? Well, you have to really dig deeper into the decisions that you are confronted with on a daily basis. How much money am I willing to invest in X, Y, and Z for X, Y, and Z result? So in the last few months, I've actually changed my eating habits quite a lot. I used to eat out all the time. And big shout out to the people who like Whataburger. Whataburger is where it's at. Texas is where Whataburger, you'll find it, and some places in Louisiana as well. And I used to eat Whataburger all the time, you know, because one, I have a hard time gaining weight, so Whataburger allows me to get 1,000 calories in a single sitting. And I was spending $10, $11 per meal at that time. But recently, my girlfriend introduced me to a store called Joe-V, which is a discount grocers in the Houston area or in the Texas area, which basically has all the generic brand, H-E-B brand food items for a fraction of the cost. It's insane how much money they discount off of these things, that where if you go to the regular store and buy these products versus going to Joe-V, which is where I go, like there's a huge amount of savings. I think there was at least 15 to 20% savings in the groceries. So my girlfriend and I, we cook all the time now. We cook all the time. We don't eat out anymore. And that allowed me to start saving money. And this is the type of decision that goes into actually becoming wealthy. I can either want more money to support the lifestyle I have, or I can adjust my lifestyle to build more wealth. So by making that small decision, that small change in my life allowed me to manage my finances in such a way that is conducive to building wealth. That's more money that I have available that I can take and invest it into stocks. And that's another thing that I've been doing for the last year. I have what's called Robinhood, and that's a stock market app. And I will leave a link in the comment section below where you can actually get Robinhood and start investing in stocks yourself. But every single pay period, which is every 2 weeks, I automatically have $50 that gets sent into my Robinhood account. And that helps me invest and continue to build for my future. So every time I invest in something today for the future, it'll pay off in the future. So think about it. There's 26 pay periods in a year, and that's $50 per pay period. What is that? That's like $1,000. I can't do math very well. It's like, what, 26 times 50, 1,000? Yeah, something around $1,000 in a year. That is gaining interest, that's getting paid in dividends, and all I gotta do is change my lifestyle to where the decisions that I'm making, the purchases that I'm making, get better, and I start saving more money, and the money can then be used to go and work for me in my financial life. So I kind of went into this huge tangent right here, but what I was saying was I can either want more money to support my lifestyle, or I can make changes in my current lifestyle to make it more conducive to wealth. And that's another aspect of wealth mindset and wealthy living that this book has taught me. Not directly, obviously, but it has really shaped my life to see these things. So all in all, guys, I highly recommend you pick up the copy of the book and just commit 6.5 months, 7 months, do the rituals in the book, keep grinding, keep doing something, and keep creating something in this world, because at the end of the day, when you're gone, you want to leave a legacy behind for future generations, and that will stay alive, and that'll keep your person alive. And it doesn't matter what it is. If you're good at art, man, take that to the next level. Take it to the next level. Paint schools, paint offices, paint buildings, and things like that. Take your creative energy and create something for the world so that other people can see it. If you are a digital marketer, for instance, create stuff for other businesses. Other businesses will benefit, and other businesses will thrive because of something that you've done today. The opportunities are endless. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter what opportunities you have that or you don't have in front of you. Do something about it. You have the power to control your life and the outcomes in life, no matter what you may think about that. All right, guys, take care. Thanks for watching. I love you guys, and thank you for supporting my channel.